masters of the keys are we, and masters of all that can be. Oh, thin the veils of heaven's gates, call the angels and the saints, forgive the hearts that hurt. And love the love, and peace will come, and peace will come when we love, be love, be love. And let the light of God shine in, hold the light of all that is be known, be known. And come together and love together forever. Love, we are one. We are one when we love. And so through the sky, and time is on your side, and be blown on by the winds, and feel the love within. Oh, God is all around you, and God is within you. Be known for your love, be known for your heart. Oh, be known for your heart, be known for your love, be known for your heart, be known for your love.
My name is Paul Luftenegger, and I am an international multi-award winning singer-songwriter. I basically am in London, really just creating a new opportunity to, well, basically get away from Canada and live a little. I write music to inspire global kindness, and it's been an amazing ride since I began. My story is kind of unique in the sense that when I was probably, I guess about 12, I believed that music couldn't afford a life that I wanted to thrive at. And I started to kind of develop a little bit of fear in the sense of basically becoming nervous of the fact that I couldn't have a life making money with music. And music kind of was put on a back burner. And
For how long?
For probably... I was in music. I was all my life, from the time I can remember, I was basically a musician, I would say. I always had music kind of running through my head. And what happened is my mother kind of saw this talent in me and just started really pushing me quite hard at a career in music. And I ended up auditioning for essentially a music school that was a choir and orchestra program in London, Ontario, which is where I'm from. So essentially this school started when I was in grade 5. So that's how long I've been kind of really in the professional kind of learning environment of music. So probably around, I guess should be around 10. And I studied piano to start with, and then it turned into voice piano, and then I ended up taking cello. So I play I play two instruments and also sing. So I went to this private music school, and it turned into an amazing experience because we had so many amazing things that would transpire between a choral program with probably about 60 to 65 kids. And then what would happen is these kids would marry, and it was an ensemble of about 100 plus singers. It was very cool growing up, a very artistic school. And that went from grade 5 until grade 8. And it was an amazing experience singing with really everyone from all over the city where I'm from. And we traveled everywhere. That's a long answer.
And when did you decide to do it and make it your profession?
Well, so what happened for me is my dad passed away in 2011, and what this did for me, his whole passing, he was 57, and it really allowed me to do a life review, and I needed to kind of go over my entire life, to go back to the beginning and figure out where music kind of left my heart. And what I did is I realized that my fear of music was what it needed to heal. So to answer your question, fast forwarding, my dad passed away in 2011, and I really just started writing music as a result of his passing, and it turned into an amazing kind of music was falling out of me, like song after song after song, and it turned into really what it is today. And I would say it's been about 3.5 years of time since then, and what's happened is amazing because people from all over the world are really grabbing onto my music and really loving this new genre that is kind of up and coming, which there's so many genres in music, and this one's healing conscious awareness music. And
what do you mean with that?
So I write music, I would say it's similar to the universal language of love, in the sense that it's kind of like The Secret. So like the famous book, The Secret, it's where you basically are a creator. And this whole model of music is all about honoring the heart within each of us. So living from your heart, in not so much the brain first, not so much the mind first. So I know one of the quotes that I love is, the longest journey one will ever take is from the mind to the heart. And once you live from the heart, the mind is kind of secondary. And the heart really, the heart is where all of the magic is. So that's how I feel about this genre of music. It comes from the heart. And when it goes into people, music's kind of one of those things, like I call it an infinite battery. And it can go inside of you. And it's one of those things that can actually kind of clean out the insides. And conscious music is healing in the sense that those things that you used to get, or when you're younger, when you hear an amazing piece of music and it gives you the chills, the goosebumps up your spine, those are things I had all my life as a child. And I know people, when they write me, they get goosebumps from my music. And that's the kind of genre is, I want people to feel that organic, special magic inside of their heart. And that's conscious music. So that's what I write.
Dreaming again. Oh, I've been hiding all I can, but I'm a dreamer, that's who I am.
When did you started working on your first album?
Okay, so I've really had 4 bodies of work. My first real professional album is actually Diamond Light, and really, I would say really I've worked on that for essentially about 2 years. So right after my dad passed away, what happened for me is that writing music was very healing and incredibly very powerful in the sense that I realized my spirituality again. And I've always wanted to be a priest. I've kind of had that calling my whole life, but the message, kind of that inner voice, used to always just say, not this time. And I always thought that was kind of an odd, interesting response to being a priest, and at the same time, I would never want to be a priest in the conventional way, just in the sense that it just would never match with my life. I like freedom, and I believe that There's no kind of lines that divide. The Diamond Light album that I did was actually produced by an amazing award-winning producer named Aaron Cheddarbetti, and his style is incredible. He's an amazing talent and gift, and I ended up just writing him one day, and he's worked on a lot of music with the Kardashians for their show, so he has some connections to Hollywood, if you will, and he agreed to work with me, and magic happened when we did my first album. And it's one of those things I just leaped forward, and I had about 20 songs, and what happened is I really didn't have enough money to do the first body of work, all of it, so 20 songs. And I did 9 songs for the first recording of Diamond Light, and then this next body of work is now where we're kind of moving on, which is the second piece of this project, and it's called Love Expanding Love. And this album ironically was paid for by all of the fans that I have from around the world, which is pretty amazing when all of the love that people have for my work has actually paid for the production of it. And there's definitely an energy in that, and people write me amazing things.
You're a king or a queen of heaven's love. Unfold every part of your heart.
The response has been amazing to your
Yes.
to Diamond Light.
To Diamond Light, absolutely. So that was released on the 14th of January. It was kind of a gift. I released it actually on my birthday, January the 14th, and of this year, so 2014. And essentially the new body of work that I'm doing right now is Love Expanding Love, and that's being released on November the 11th. So 11/11, all in the idea of making a wish, and it's coming true.
Sometimes I need to feel your heart next to mine, and sometimes I feel the need to cry out.
So I have dedicated this album to Oprah Winfrey and the OWN Television Network, and it's one of those things that so the way that I should really explain why. So when I began this whole project, it was when my dad passed by suicide, and it was the hardest thing that I've ever had to endure in my life. It's where everything just crashed and blew up in my life. And ironically, at the same time, Oprah's network was just beginning for OWN Television, which was her new platform that she's created about conscious television and conscious programs. So what happened magically, synchronistically, is my healing started with really Oprah's launch of this network. And there was 2 programs that I watched right after. I couldn't expose myself to television really at the beginning after my dad passed because I found it very negative, kind of on TV. And I just didn't want to go down that road. So Oprah's network, being positive, being loving from the heart, allowed a space for me. And she has two programs, so Masterclass and Life Class. So Masterclass, I watched an interview with her on OWN, which was, it's a 2-part with her self-interview. And she started talking about her whole experience from her life story. It was kind of a biography of her life from her first person. And I've never heard Oprah talk about her whole life. And it was so amazing because her adversity became her greatest strength, which I've always known. Adversity is what is there for you to grow, learn from, and then teach. Experience. So what happened is she gave me this space for me to heal. And back to the point, Maya Angelou, who is Oprah's mentor, she's now passed away. She's an amazing angel. But she also did a show on this masterclass, and these 2 beautiful women formed my healing space. And that's how everything kind of started. So back to why I'm dedicating this to Oprah and the OWN Television Network is because without that, I'm not sure what would have happened. I wouldn't be here on this couch if it wasn't for OWN TV.
Well, it's not the same as Oprah's. Right?
Yeah, I think it's a start, though. I think it's a great start. And you've flown from Switzerland, so thank you for coming and doing this. It's an amazing. I'm very honored. Yeah. Thank you.
And put your hand say I love you.
11th November, new album.
New album.
New songs?
New songs. So there's 11 songs on this album, and they're all very conscious in the sense each song has a very important message for the world, if you will. There's one song on it about treating the elderly with kindness, honoring the elderly, to the point of the other song that's on it that begins the album is about dreaming, the biggest dream, and it's really important for me. I kind of know that the world needs more dreamers, and the world needs the dreams to be honored, and that's kind of, I believe, how heaven will kind of come to earth, where dreams, the dream state of internal space of love, when your dreams come true, you kind of create magic, and heaven kind of creates itself from the love. So we need every dream and dreamer.
Yeah, and this time it's gonna be your time.
Yeah, well, this is my time to share music again, and I'm very thankful because this has been one of those things with music is they say it's a lifelong journey with music, and when you have when you have music in you, it's such a it takes so much time and care to learn and master music, and I don't know if you ever really master music. I don't know if you really can.
So 11 songs, and you have already released a couple of them?
So what I've done is, my process, because the music industry is quite fickle right now, if you will, with all of the digital age of music, everything's shifting and changing how music is sold and purchased, and I will say, the most important thing that people can do is support the arts. So I have actually released everything, for the most part, all of these songs are on SoundCloud for free to listen to, and I kind of have a new model because the music industry's changed so much. I have a new model where people can listen to music, and I'm trusting that people, if they love music, will then buy it. So people can listen to music first, and then make a choice if it's something that they would, choose to purchase and support. So it offers the listener an opportunity to hear, feel, and then perhaps donate as a sense of purchasing an album. So I have all of the music that I've written online for free on my website. And it's worked really well because, as it goes back to people supporting and funding my work, everyone through Kickstarter actually was the campaign I used to do this last album, Love Expanding Love, and people could donate from all over the world and paid for the album to be created. So the album's been paid for that way, and the best part is now people can listen and then now purchase it on the 11th of November.
And can you take us into some sort of journey in this album?
Sure.
The songs, what is in it, what you're talking about.
Sure. So there's 11 songs. They're all I write music really from the sense of it being internal. So my intention when I write music is for people to feel their own heart, their own love, so they're relatable songs. They're not so, they're not done in metaphor. They're actually done really first person, which is a bit different in terms of music. So my intention when I write is always to create love and light within. So when you listen to my music, my hope and my intention is that people feel their own heart. So every song has been written from that kind of perspective. And that's kind of the magic of this new genre that is getting some recognition, because it's conscious in the sense that people are kind of waking up to their feelings. And, at the end of the day, I know that there's two routes in life, and my whole concept in music is that I write music to power love. And I used to live in immense fear back, I don't even know, that all started when I was around 12. I started to kind of fear life. And fear is a prison that when you power fear, fear goes out, and any fear root comes back to you. So pain, anger, hatred, all of those nasty things. What I realized after my dad died, to heal, when you power the love root, what happens is that when you put love out into the world, love really does come back to you. And that's the magic of love, because it's quantum. And when you power it with music or with a vibration or with just your intention, no matter what, it keeps growing more love. And that has happened very fast for me with my music, and I know it's my purpose in life. and I kind of denied it for a long time. But I think I needed to be a bit older to really. I needed an artist without life experience. I don't know. You have to have the life to write about something that matters. So I've had a very interesting life in the sense that I've had every job you can think of. So I've kind of had a life of many experiences, which I think when you write music, you have to have lots of experience with people, and I love people.
Dancing?
Dancing I've never done. No.
Sure.
I've never done dancing.
It's never
I never,
too late to start.
No. Cori's the dancer.
Don't you want to go and meet Ellen?
I do want to meet Ellen.
You have to dance.
I'm gonna have to get Ellen on the stage with me to dance. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh,
She'll make
yes.
me dance.
Oh,
Maybe we'll
yeah.
dance around her how she does her dance around the audience. I'd go with her on that.
Oh yeah. So Ellen, please,
Yeah,
please,
Ellen, please,
really,
I'll dance with you.
You can't not do this. It's an invitation. You have to have Paul.
You're gonna have to show me your moves, Ellen.
I want a world where we honor the elderly. I want a world where we have peace.
Back to Love Expanding Love.
Yes.
So you said before that there is a song about elderly people.
Elderly people, yes. So I wrote this song. It's one that's very much. It's all about the intention of honoring the elderly, feeding every mouth, and really just creating. I think that it's funny because I think that in a lot of ways we treat elderly very poorly in this day and age. And I know that the thing that's kind of interesting is if you think about it, we're all going to get older. So when I was writing this particular song, I started thinking about the fact that everyone will get older. Therefore, we have to start honoring the elderly and treating them better in the sense of just honoring everything that they've learned in life and the wisdom that the elderly can teach us. And really, there's that wisdom that the elderly have is imperative to make our world better. So it would only make sense to treat the elderly with care. And I think in the Western culture, we definitely could do better at that. So this song is all about honoring the elderly, feeding every mouth on the earth, and really just honoring life from start to finish. So the young and the old.
Good. I'm happy that you just said young 1.0.
Yeah, and me, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'll
Sorry.
fade it away.
I'm so sorry. I was just picturing you jumping on the couch. Sorry, Tom Cruise came into my mind. Sorry.
Well, that's Tom Cruise.
He started the interview
I'm
was
the
like,
one that
don't
brings-
jump on this couch. Yeah. Did you remember when he jumped on Oprah's couch? Yeah.
It's just crazy.
So funny.
What other topics do you have on this album?
Okay, so the one song that I really would like to talk about is Invictus. Invictus inspired this with Oprah Winfrey sharing this on her masterclass. And it's actually called Masters of the Keys. And it's a song all about really honoring becoming the captain and master of your fate and soul, in the sense that it's really being known for the love that you are and being known for the heart that you have in life. And this song really inspires that essence of coming together as a collective body, collective consciousness, collective people in community, and really coming together and being known for the love, individually and collectively. And I really believe, I write music in the sense that I believe in win-win situations. I don't really power that conflict in any of my music or my life any longer. Conflict doesn't really work for me. I believe everyone has the important role of helping other people to thrive. And that's really the essence of really all of my music, but in particular, Masters of the Keys.
Other song?
So another song that is on this is This Time. And This Time is really about going through saying that sometimes you need a little pep in your step. That's kind of how I like to think of this song. And when I did my concert live in front of my audience, this song really had a really great response, because I think sometimes in life you need to have a little pep in your step and say, this time it's actually going to be for me. And I think sometimes you just have to kind of, get it together and say, this life is mine, and this time it's going to be for me. And I know I've had some hard times, some dark days, but the sun's going to shine. And when you kind of start to feel that inside and believe that, this song is an empowerment song in that sense, where you can just put it on, and it really does give you that pep in the step.
So you know what you have to do. Go and listen to this song.
You have to go and listen to the song, yeah. You can go on my website, which is www.bekindness.com, which is like a honeybee in the essence of pollinating. So it's BEEKINDNESS.com.
And obviously not just that song, the entire album.
Yeah, the entire album.
And then other song?
Dreaming Again. And Dreaming Again is all about the essence that we need every dream and every dreamer to really bring our world into a new start where dreams come true. And I think dreams, you know, we empower that when we're children, but I think the older we get, we kind of get a little, well, we're not so good at doing it as we get older. And I think you can dream from day one on Earth till really your time's up. And I think we have to remind people to live their dreams and to honor people's dreams. And this song speaks to that energy, and, you know, rolling your windows down and just, you know, rolling up your sleeves and just saying, you know what, I'm going to make some of my dreams come true. And dream your biggest dream, and we need every dreamer to do that. And if we did that, just imagine the world that we live in if everyone honored each other's dreams in every way you can. And you can make dreams come true every day for other people, and that's an amazing thing that you can do. And my album's a perfect example because it's been paid for by people that believed in my dream. And you have to believe in yourself first, and then I really do believe the universe provides for you when you kind of say that your dreams can come true. And they do, because we're sitting here. Perfect example.
KeeRaSha, she'll lead you home.
I remember being told that my job, kind of that inner voice, is to help create heaven on earth. Has always been kind of part of my psyche. So that's, when I look at it backwards, I create from the sense that I understand that I'm a creator, and we're all creators. We've been creating our life every day, we don't talk about it as being a creator. And
well, we are creators.
We are
many levels,
multidimensionally creators of many different things. And I don't think that people really think of themselves as creators in the general public. And I know I never used to really look at myself like that.
We are not really pushed to faith.
Yes. And I have to say, for me, that's where all of the power lies in becoming who you are, when you realize that you're creating the life in which you live, and being conscious for what you bring to life, and being responsible for what you bring to life, which is, actually, Oprah taught me that lesson. And on her stage doors, I remember her talking about, be responsible for the energy you bring to the room, bring to the stage. And she had it on her, you know, she always had that around her office before you'd enter the stage, so that people that were visiting her show, being interviewed or sharing, would be responsible for what they were bringing to her stage, because she creates conscious television.
Really important. We have given, put light on your work, on your life, and what I want now is really to say to anyone listening, 11th, 2014, you have one thing to do, and is to listen to him and buy his wonderful album and listen to it and let it penetrate you, your heart, and feel the love. It's full of love. Go and just...
Well, one of the things that I would like to say thank you for listening to, and I'd like to also say my intention is to create a love wave around the world. And we need everyone to get involved with love. And the more we create love and connect with love, the better the world will get. And it will grow more and more love. And these are things that I think that we all know, but we're maybe not so good at really understanding or living. And it's little steps. And I know for me, I used to live in a lot of conflict and a lot of fear. And the thing is that it's a waste of time. And really, when you start empowering your love from your heart And, you know, I think Maya Angelou talked about this, which is a really important thing, and it's courage. Without courage, you can't have love. You can't have any of those beautiful, loving roots. And it takes courage to love. It takes courage to say something. It takes courage to be the love. And we're really, I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of times we're really uncomfortable, basically, being who we are. And that little courage, I like how she talked about that in her master class, because she talked about courage, it happens little steps at a time, but you just start, and little steps equal long miles. And that is really what happened for me. And I mean, I never thought my life would be really like this way, but it's way better than I ever could have dreamed now. And it's getting better every day. And the best is yet to come. Best is yet to come.
Wow. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for having me.
And for sharing this with us.
I've been lost too many times to count my tears. Oh, my fear is paralyzed me through my bones, and I need you to know that this time it's gotta be for me. Time I'm gonna be free. It's gotta be for me. This time I'm gonna be free. Free to be me. Of who you really are. There are dark days before your paradise can never come true, and my dreams are coming true for you. 'Cause this time it's gotta be for me, and this time I'm gonna be free. It's gotta be for me, and this time